Hey, Dre Dog. All right. No, I'm tired. And I got off earlier, fool, just to fucking play. Or else I would stay on the live, cabrona. Te digo, next time, dime cuando ya estés lista para jugar, mensa. Porque me salí y esperé una hora o más. So I gotta get my hustle on here and do my live. So, anyways, we'll talk tomorrow. Um, I had to post my videos and everything too, so I was gonna kill that time. But a ver. Um, if you're not asleep right now, I'll call you when I'm done with the live. You want to hear something funny? Nah, I'll tell you. If it doesn't active here, play right now. Full, it'll get active. No, ya te espero una pinche hora, mensa. Es que pues, you say let's play Fortnite and I was waiting, so nah. I gotta do this. So um anyways, next time tell me when you're ready or else, vale ver. Um anyways, so I was here earlier. We were talking about certain things and certain aspects of spirituality and whatnot, like we always do. And again, the constant thing that has been going on or going through my mind as of late is the power of laughter and the power of of smiling and having a good sense of self and humor. Yeah, I believe in God. I believe in God wholeheartedly. I know you can't see it right now, but um, I have a crucifix on all my altars. Nothing is done here without God, and nothing is done without His permission. So I believe in God. Yes. Hey, I recently got kicked out of my house. I know I'm supposed to trust La Santa, but how to have faith? Well, why were you kicked out? Again, like, um, why? Hey, lovely, why were you kicked out of the house? I mean, there's certain things that even with faith. What's up, RJ? If we do something that is against certain things and morals, get rollo, bro. I'm good right now. I'm just trying to get on track with everything. Um, I know I look tired and blah blah, but yesterday, bro, or today or yesterday, I went to sleep really late and I woke up super fucking late, which I felt bad because I feel like I'll rest when I'm dead. You know what I mean? Well, I've always said this wet fart. I'm in my house. You know what I'm saying? I'm in my house, so this is my house, so I get to do what I want. If I venerate Santa Muerte, this is my house to venerate. You got to respect people's places. I've never said on my lives to, oh, who gives a fuck. If you're in somebody's house, you got to respect their wishes. You can still venerate her in your mind and your heart. Your veneration doesn't depend on having statues or being open about it. Like, I get it. You shouldn't be ashamed to be a devoted follower of Santa Muerte. But I've always said this to everybody: respect respect the house you live in. If I live with my mother and she didn't want me to have this at her house, I wouldn't have it because ultimately it's her house. So I've never advised anybody to like just go against their parents' wishes because part of, I guess, even even us as devoted children of Santa Muerte, we have to honor those that gave us life. So I would never say to you, like, if you're devoted and your mom doesn't want you to have this shit, fuck it. Like, you do you. Nah, like, And I don't care if you're a minor or if you're older. If you're 35 and live with your mother, and she don't want you to have that at her house, then I would advise against it. Or like, you know, if you had a statues and she didn't like it and she kicked you out because of that, I I would have been more like, I would have told you ahead of time, like, look, respect your moms. You can still venerate her and have faith in her. And it seems like, maybe, again, I'm sorry to hear that. And I wish I would have known. I would have taken the statues from you and held them for you. But again, like, may I ask how old you are, if you don't mind me asking? If you don't mind me asking, can I ask how old you are? Or if that's too personal, or if you're like really young, don't tell me. All right, 18. 18, and you're still living at home. Like, look, if my mom, if look, I remember when I was young. Hi, Sammy, girl. I remember when I was young, my mom found some stuff in the house that was mine that had no business being there. Let's say it was an illegal substance. I wanted to have it there. She didn't want me to have it there. It's her house. And I know it's two different things. Hey, what's up, man? What's up, Steph Gomez? How are you? Um, but again, like, so my mom got rid of the stuff that she found, and all this and all that. And again, we have to learn to respect the homes of the people we live with. Like, I know last time there was a discussion about this. There was someone here like a year ago, that was asking me for advice, and I told her not to go against her mother's wishes. And someone else on the live was like, nah, she has all the right. If it's her room, like, she should be able to get her statues. Nah, because it's still it's still their home. Not every mother's the same. Angela 5150. And again, I'm always gonna tell you guys what I feel is the right thing. If your mother didn't like that, you know, at her house, then you can't go against her wishes. And I mean, that's me being real, 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 real. Um, and I know that some people might like, oh, that's your spirituality, that's your thing, but that's your mother, and that's your mother's house. Like, if my daughter lived here with me and I found drugs, she might be like, oh, like, that's my shit. Like, don't go through my shit. Nah, if I find it, I don't want to hear it. Get that shit out. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's not drugs, but I know it's simple, that we should learn to respect our elders, no matter, again, you could be 34, 44, you could be 55. If you live at your mom's house, or anyone else's house for that matter, and if they don't want Santa Muerte in their home, you can still have her here and here. You can have her in your heart, in your soul. You can still venerate her. You can still have her in your wallet. You can have her, but you shouldn't go against your mother's wishes, or your father's wishes, or whoever you live with. Now, if your mother lived with you, then you'd be like, look, mom, this is my altar. This is my home. What you do is what you like. Again, if your mother lived with you and not the other way around, then you can have a voice to say, oh, I'm so sorry, Jackie 26th Street. And this is exactly why you should always respect your mother, bro. You see what I'm saying? Look, Jackie 26th Street, may she be welcomed in paradise. May Santa Muerte guide her and God receive her into eternal kingdom. May she rest in eternal peace. May you find peace and tranquility in knowing that she's in a better place. All right? Again, our condolences to you. Our condolences to your family and to you. So sorry for your loss. Look, eventually people do come around, but they don't always come around. I'm gonna say this. Like, my mom came around after a while, but I didn't live with her. Like, I got tattooed when I was young, and she couldn't do shit about it, but I was more, I was a fucking bit of a jerk and a rebel. But like, you know, nah, she can't punish you for that, bro. She can't punish you for that. She can't punish you for that. So there's something else. Maybe you got punished because you were defiant against your mother, bro. Everything about that. Because what the the way divine order works is that we must honor God. If you believe in God, if you believe in Santa Muerte, you must believe and honor that. But also within our own belief system, we got to honor the parentals. I've always spoken about this. Like, and I don't know if you're new to this or not, to this live, but I would have told you, like, hey, that's your mom's house. Respect it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Santa Muerte cannot punish you if your mother threw out your statues or whatever. Maybe you were told and you were told and you were told and you were defiant. And maybe if you would have done something before that happened, things would have been better. But here's the thing: there's always a way back. There's always a way to fix things. Apologize to your mom. Apologize to her. Hey mom, my bad. You know what? I won't have it here. But just know that I venerate her. Show her that you have maturity. I'm gonna share a story with you. I'm gonna share a story with you. You see, so it's not about Santa Muerte, homie. So okay. So here we go. You got kicked out not because of your veneration. Then you defended your sister to your dad, and he beat you. All right. All right. Cool. All right. All right. So look, let me tell you. And look, I'm 47 now. I was a young man before. And way before. And I love my parents. Look, you know what this says right here? It says mama's boy. I got my mother and father's name right here. My mom and dad, I got them right here. I respect them and I love them. When I was young, I'm gonna share the story, and this is just really quick. When I was young, my brother got a piercing in his ear. He was a minor. And he was walking around like this around the house. And my dad found the earring. I'm gonna make this short. It's a longer story. And he made him take it off. He chased him, he beat his ass, and he had to take off that earring. I saw that. And I waited till I was 18 to get an earring. When I turned 18, I got an earring, and I told my dad, hey, I got this earring. And I was ready for there to be war. I was ready for my dad to yell at me or whatever, hit me. I didn't care. I was going to be like, Urgh. And my dad told me this. My dad in Spanish says, son, if you love me and respect me as a father, you will remove that earring from your ear. At that moment, he disarmed me completely. I had nothing to say. I couldn't say shit after that. I took off that fucking earring. I was ready to go to war with my dad. I was ready to argue. I was ready to stand my ground. But when my dad told me that, my dad says, mijo, si me respetas como hombre, te quitas ese arete. I took it off. Instantly. I had nothing to say. Years later, I told my dad, look, dad, I'm going to go get a piercing. I love you and I respect you as my father. But I'm going to get an earring. When I have it around, when I have it in, while it's healing, I'll put a Band-Aid over it. When it heals, I won't wear an earring around you. But I respect you as a father. I respect you as a man. And I love you. But I'm going to get this earring. And I went and got it. My dad said, okay, mijo, Go get it then. Because I came at him with love and respect. After it healed, I had it off and on. I would take it off and on, off and on. And one day my dad goes, "Está bien, mijo. No se mira mal." He was like, "Leave it. It looks good." So when you approach things differently, when you act with maturity, when you act with respect, trust me, it'll be better. Being defiant doesn't win you wars. It creates a lot of more tension. Nah, bro, you don't gotta be rude, because if they said they don't want that at the house, there's nothing to argue about. There really isn't. And I'm not trying to be, look, I'm with you. I love Santa Muerte. I love Santa Muerte. I love my veneration. Thank you, Chacha Show. I love her without a doubt. But never would I ever do that in someone else's home. Now, here's the thing. Every time my mom comes here, ¿verdad que sí? Qué bonita. My mom knows what I do, and she respects it now. But she comes to my house, and she knows what I'm about. She knows my devotion. She knows it. It took her a while, and it did take her a while. But fortunately, she came around. My mom asked me to help her with trabajos. My mom asked her to help her with my siblings or my nephew. So it is very much, I was patient with her. I was patient because when I first became devoted, really, my mom was, mejor acoméndate a Dios. Find God instead. That's what mom told me. And over time, she saw me in a different light. She knew I was real about my spirituality, about my faith. She knew I wasn't like, fucking around. Exactly. The fact that you're being rude to your parents when they ask you to not have that could be a reason why, wet fart. I'm sorry, that sounds funny. Oh my God, Dalia, may he rest in peace too. Oh my God. May he rest in eternal glory. May God receive him, and Santa Muerte guide him home. Is there anyone else devoted in your house, Dalia? Because if not, you got to find a place for those statues, if they had any. So again, your mother can raise your voice at you. Your father can raise their voice at you. Oh, it's okay. I know, Queen Bee. We shouldn't be rude to our parents. I regret every time I was rude to my mother. I regret every time I was rude to my father. I regret every moment of disrespect I've ever shown my parents at my old age. When my brother and me were younger, we were rebellious. But here's the thing. I'm 6'2". I'm 260 pounds or 280, depending. My dad is 5'5", maybe about 140 pounds. When I was 18, 19, I was a fucking monster. I was 6'2", 280 and swole. I've been with her for over 30 years. When my dad would lecture me or lay into me, all I would do was bow my head and be like, "Okay, Dad. Yeah, pa. Okay, pa. Okay, Dad. All right. I'm sorry, Dad." That's all I did. I was 6'2", 280, and could fucking probably, my dad, all I would do was lower my head and take that. No seas pendejo, and I'd be like, "All right, Dad, I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry, Dad." And I know for a fact, physically, I was stronger than my father. Physically, right now, if my dad walks into that door and he talks shit to me, all I would do is fucking take it, because that's my father. Nah, I was a pendejo. I was a badass. I was a fucking hoodlum. He was right to fucking lecture me. He was right to lecture me. It's not wrong to lecture your kids and talk shit to them. I was a gang member. I was a street pharmacist. I was all kinds of shit. My dad was right to lecture me. I've I've never the story is not about oh pobre de me, he told you this shit. No, my dad was right. He can call me a pendejo if I was a pendejo. Let's not get it twisted. A parent can fucking talk shit to you. And you can call a fucking duck a duck. You know, and I'm gonna say this. My dad, if he walked in through here right now and he fucking started to lay into me or some bullshit, all I would do is, okay, dad. All right, dad. See ya, ma. See ya, pa. Because that's the way we are supposed to be. That's the way we are supposed to be. At 15 years old, you got to be a bit more. You can name call them. Sometimes you have to lower that. You have to sometimes. That's the problem. We baby these motherfuckers too much. Oh, my dad whooped my ass before, and I'm thankful for it. I learned to be respectful. My mom whooped my ass before, and I'm thankful for it. I learned to be respectful. I talked a lot to my mom and dad. I talked back a lot because I was a big boy. Again, my mom and dad are both like 5'5". I was a big boy compared to them. At 18, I was 280 and swole. I would go work out. I would go fucking beat. I would box. But if my dad was gonna hit me, I just stood there because I would never hit my dad back. I believe that if my dad ever hit me, even at now, I would just put my hands down and let him hit me. That's my father. You believe he knew something was going to happen? You think? Can I ask you how he went, Dahlia? What about a woman that can't punish and can't defend themselves? That's a whole different thing. That's besides the point. I give my gift to Santa Muerte to the poor. That's beautiful, Anna, for NRA. That's the problem. Gun. All right, Dahlia, if you want to inbox me, let me know. Again, like those statues, can I ask what area, if you're on the West Coast, East Coast, or Midwest? Is there any other devoted people in his family? Because those statues got to be taken care of. They just can't be thrown away. Anyways, I don't know if you're still here. I don't mean to lean in on you about that, but again, you couldn't venerate Santa Muerte. You could have your beliefs. Nah, they were lecturing her. She was pregnant at a young age. They got a right to lecture her. So he defended her against her parents. You got to butt out. If your mom and dad are lecturing your sister, sometimes you got to know your fucking role. So again, I don't believe in all that shit. Like, you don't talk back to your mom. Look, it's not that they don't hate everything you stand for. They want you to be a good person. And somehow they think this is wrong. So you got to prove to them. Here's the thing is, if your mom thinks she's a bad influence on you and you act that way, what do you think she thinks is influencing you? So you're giving her a bad name by giving her all the fucking reason to not want her in your house. I want you to make that make sense. You're giving her all that stuff. So if your mom thinks she's a bad influence and evil, and you are defiant and talking back and being rude, What do you think your mom is thinking? Esa chingadera me lo está volteando. Me lo está volteando. So you're only supporting your mother's fucking fear of this being a negative influence on you. Look, I venerate Santa Muerte and I love her to death. And she knows it. I think everyone here that comes across, they know my devotion. But honestly, you're giving her every piece of ammunition to fire back at you. You can't be rude. You can't be defiant. It's your mother's house. Your sister got pregnant and they were lecturing her. You gotta stay in your lane. You gotta stay in your lane sometimes. And I don't want to be an asshole. I'm trying to help you out as an old individual that was a fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Because I was a fuck up. I was a fuck up. Look, they weren't gonna kick her out, bro. People get mad and say shit. They would have taken her back in, just like they'll take you back in. Sometimes in the heat of the moment, we say shit, we do shit, but trust me, your parents love you and your sister. Sometimes the more you fucking try to fight it, the worse it gets. You should have tried to bring down the energy. As a family, you'll get through this, bro. Trust me, you will. You're 18 and you have a long time to venerate Santa Muerte. And when you get your own place and when you do all that, trust me, bro, you're going to have a long time. And if you're true about your devotion, this won't stop you. Hi, Marcy Gonzalez. How are you? We're good. We're good. What's good, Eddie? ¿Cómo estamos? Look, all these people right here will tell you the same thing. They would have wished they listened to their mother. We had someone right now that said their mom just passed away today. She would have wished she never. Look, bro, life is short. Look what Lovely says. It's hard to believe, but they know best. Wish I would have listened to my mama back then. Bro, you're a young man, and you're going to be a young man for a minute, and you have a long life ahead of you. You have a long life ahead of you. The only thing I could tell you is respect your mother and father and their wishes while you live in their home. Like, don't be rude to them. Don't be disobedient. Try to be a good son. That's it. That's it. Try to be a good son, understanding. Try to know that they love you and you love them, right? So here's the thing. Here, I will always defend what is just and what is right. And just because you want to be devoted to Santa Muerte does not mean you get to go against your mother's wishes in her home. Because it's her home. So you got to learn to respect that, bro. And again, you might think I'm an asshole or a punk, but one day you realize, that old fool was right. You know, again, for those here that don't have their mother, they wish they would have listened. All right, Asaina, baby, I got you. I'll go back. They wish they would have listened. So if your mom doesn't want that at your house, honor it. Honor it. That's your mother, and I know you love her, and she loves you, and she wants the best for you. But if she thinks that this is a bad influence on you, and you're acting out this way, she's going to be like, yeah, I knew it. It's that shit he has. Me lo está volteando. Me lo está haciendo más. Because that's what they're going to say. I try. Again, last time there was an incident like this on the live, I got in an argument with somebody on the live that was saying, oh, but the girl was like underage and she could have her own room. She could have in her room, and you're giving them fucked up advice. They gotta respect her space. Look, they don't gotta respect shit because they pay for it. They pay for that room. They pay for what she eats. They pay for what she was wearing. So again, you know, you got to respect them. I mean, you have to. And I don't want to be a jerk, or this is not talking against Santa Muerte. That's one thing I want to make clear. This is not saying you shouldn't be devoted. This is not saying that you should, you know, no. You follow your spiritual path and you do you. But you need to understand that while you're under your parents' home, you know, you have to be respectful of their wishes. Look, I don't know how old you are, S. No one is saying to kick them out and all this bullshit. It's not making machismo. It's good parenting. Sometimes you have to lean in on a child. You can't just let them do what they want, when they want, how they want, because they need to know boundaries. The problem is boundaries nowadays are not set, and the world is cruel. You can't do what you want at work. You can't do what you want in society, and we have to teach people, our children, that respect must be fucking given. Not, you know what I mean? Yes, 18 is not fully developed mind. Absolutely. That's why they still need to be corrected. They still need to be corrected. Look, I'm thankful for the whoopings I got from my dad. I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful that they made me understand, and I'm thankful that it's made me a respectful man. I honor the law. I honor cops. I honor civil, like what this country stands for. I was taught boundaries and regulations and rules were meant to be there for a reason. I'm not out there acting a fool. I was a fool and I acted out. But when I was about to get fucking arrested, I'd be like, yes, yes, officer. No, officer. Thank you, officer, for that ticket. Thank you, officer. Because I knew what could happen. And I was taught at an early age that boundaries are there for a reason. I never caught an ass whooping from the law. It's not for me to say, but how people raise their children, they make a mistake by letting them think they could do what they want, when they want, how they want. That's really not the way the world works. And a lot of people right now are having a tough time with that. And again, all I'm saying to you, Mr. Wet, is that you need to understand that your parents mean well. They love you. You should honor your parents and not talk back and be rude because they don't let you have what you want when you want it. Hey, there's a difference between that. So, you know, I was a fool acting out, not acting out as a fool. You know what I mean? There's a difference. Look, as I'm going to agree to disagree with you, because I believe that sometimes you need to get whooped. You need to get boundaries. You need to get a sense of rules and regulations. Hi, meow, 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 meow. Yeah, parents only want the best for our kids. And people that think that, oh, a child shouldn't be screamed at, a child shouldn't be hit. Look, sometimes an ass whooping is needed. Sometimes we got to say the truth. And the truth may hurt. Look, I've never hit my kids in my life. But when I got to lean into them, I discipline them. I discipline them. I've yelled at them when they're wrong. I'll let them get away with shit. And maybe because my size, they listen to me when I speak. And I'm not abusive. I'm a loving father that wants to raise good human beings. Good human beings that are respectful, that'll be a contributing factor to society, not a detriment. not some of these fools that are running around because something happened and they don't like and they can't handle it. That's shameful. So again, I'm for, what's up? How's it going? I'm not talking about abuse either. Again, like a parent has a right to parent, discipline, and have their home the way they want their home to be. If my mother lived with me right now and she said, Mijo, I don't like this, I'd be like, Mom, well, look, over there, that's the open family area. This is for that. This is my house. But if I live with my mother, even at my old ass age of 47, and my mom says, I don't want that, then I guess I can't have it there. Because I won't. Because I will not defy my mother ever again. Or my father. They're old. I love them. If my dad and mom want to fucking lecture me about shit, I will sit there and fucking listen. And take it. And again, we're talking about my dad is about 5'5" right now, and about, yeah, it's out of respect. And that's one word that we sorely have forgotten about. Respect. Respect. And respect, you don't gotta earn your respect, or you don't gotta earn, your parents don't gotta earn your respect. Your parents don't gotta earn it. You have to earn theirs. So again, I'm sorry, you can still be a devoted Santa Muerte, but if your mother doesn't want you to have it in her home, then so be it. And if your sister fucks up and she got pregnant and your dad and mom are lecturing and here you come intervening, there's an old saying in Spanish that is very true and it served me very well. No te metas en lo que no te importa. You know what I mean? If they're telling your sister that, why, I'm sure they're upset that she got pregnant, maybe young and out of wedlock. So you have to let them be. Like, they weren't hitting her, they weren't doing shit, they were lecturing her. And they had to get it out of their system because they have just found out maybe their daughter isn't a virgin no more. Maybe, she did this out of wedlock. They had to get that energy out. So for you to intervene like you have a major say in it, you have to just observe as a son and let your parents parent. Oh my God, don't give me that sovereign shit. Oh my God, don't. Oh my God. Nah, we're not the same. Like I said, I'm gonna agree to disagree with you, S. Nah, all that sovereign shit. Nope. Yeah, I don't believe there should be any disrespect from kids to parents. And if you're disrespectful to your parents, they have a right to like, yeah, agree to disagree. Look, you're a dude and you will be a dude and you'll be a man, and no matter how old you are, that's still your moms and pops. Yeah, here's the thing. Exactly. Lovely says you can do what you want, just not in your parents' house. Look, Mr. Wet Fart, one day you'll you'll get a good job, you'll be independent, and you can have Santa Muerte at your apartment or at your house. Because you can. And if your mom comes over and says, no quiero que, hey, this is my house. It's my apartment. Or let me ask you a question, and this will be a real question. And it's not to be a jerk. Do you pay them rent at home? Do you give them money for rent every month? Like, look, I'm 18. I'm here. I'm working. This is my room. Here's my rent. Because if you're paying them rent, but if you're living at home like a child still, you pay rent. You pay them rent. How much you pay rent? Cállate, ya no me digas eso. Hold on. I'm sorry. Thank you so much. I made this one. All right. Look, I would make a case for you and say you should talk to them, but talk to them before you do anything. Say, hey, I help around the house. This is my room. I'll pay for rent, blah, blah. Then you have a case. But if they still say no, you can just say, I'm out. Because even if you go out into the real world and you rent an apartment and they said no dogs allowed, and you have a dog, you can't just say, well, fuck it, it's what I want. So there's still rules in the real world. So you say, hey, mom, hey, dad, look, I get it. You guys don't want this, but I do pay. So I would like to have her in my room. And if they still say no, then it's a no. But you have a case. Because in the real world, if you have a dog and the apartments don't allow pets, it don't matter. And you can't say, oh, but I pay rent. Nah, it's still the rules of the house. So I'll say this, bro. You have a case. You're not some fucking punk just living at home. All right. Okay. So again, let me tell you how you earn mutual respect. The reason I told you the story about my earring earlier is so you can get an idea of how to do it. Again, did you hear the story about the earring? Because that's the way you earn respect, by showing respect. So you give them the respect. Look, mom, before I get another statue, look, this keeps me good. Like, I want to get it with your consent to put in my room. It's not a big deal. Like, blah, blah, nothing bad, God, and all this and all that. And you try to plead your case because it sounds like you're a good young guy. I don't think you're a fuck up or a screw up. I know I was. Yeah, you get a tattoo, Marcy. You can get a tattoo. I try, again, like, I'm not trying to. And here's the thing with fart. I'm not trying to be a jerk to you. I'm trying to explain to you because I wish I would have understood sooner. And again, you're your own man, right? You're your own person. You can decide to do things how you want to do it and be like, fuck this old motherfucker. You know what I mean? And be like, fuck that fool online. You could do that. But I wouldn't want you to because I'm trying to save you the headache. I'm trying to save you the bumps and the bruises, just like your mom and dad do. And I know I'm not anyone to you except someone you see on TikTok. But honestly, like, if I can take back every moment I disrespected my mother and father, I wish I could. And I wish that I would have been a better son. I try to be a good son, but I know I could have been better. Time is short, brother. You're 18. You'll have your own place. You'll get your own things, and you'll be able to show Santa Muerte how much you venerate her. But in the meantime, show Santa Muerte that you respect the boundaries of your parents because, again, it's a symbolism. My mother and father gave birth to me. My mother and father that are spiritual is God and Santa Muerte. The way you respect God and Santa Muerte, you got to see that in your parents. The same way you fight for Santa Muerte, fight for your mother. Fight for your father. That is primarily what I'm trying to get to you. Maybe that's why you're disconnected. Not because your mom threw out your statues, but because you showed so much defiance and was rude to your mother over her. You can get it, Marcy. Are you devoted? Even if you're not, if it's not done with if it's done with respect, you can. Look, bro. Again, I'm sorry if I get passionate about shit. I apologize if you think I'm being a jerk because I know I can get loud. So I apologize. But again, bro, respect your mother. I'm lucky I still got my mom. I'm lucky I still got my father and I was able to correct myself before. You know what I mean? So again, just the same way again with the earring, show them the respect and watch how they treat you like an adult. If you throw a tantrum and are rude to them, it's not gonna go well. But if you say, look, mom, dad, look, this is what is going on. I find this to be something I'm drawn to spiritually. It makes me a better person. And I want to do this and I want to do it with respect. I want to do it with respect. And I want your permission. And I know it's your house. And I want to get, and again, it'll be fine. They'll come around because people come around, bro. If this is good for you, it'll be, and again, show Santa Muerte that you can be a respectful young man for your mother, your earthly mother. So trust me when I tell you, you're gonna be okay, and your mom is gonna understand one day, and your father will too. And this will be a big thing that not that shit has to do with anything. She loves Santana, but man, Marcy, then go for it. I think that's what it is, wet fart. And again, I'm gonna call you wet fart because that's what it says. But yeah, I think so, bro. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm just human too. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think that's the thing is you're giving your mom and dad all the reason to think this is a bad thing for you because you're acting that way. You know? And again, ask your mom, like, look, mom, like, say, start with, what, I love you guys, but this is something that I want to pursue. And when I got the earring again, I told my dad, look, dad, I love you as a man. I respect you as a man. Let me get this. And when I'm around you, I won't do it. So try to think about that. You know what I mean? Try to think about that. Just try to smooth it over. Again, this will pass. You'll be okay. And you can still venerate Santa Muerte, brother, with or without a statue. Again, just, get her in your wallet. Get her on the chain. You could tuck it under your shirt. I don't want to advise you to get a tattoo because that's not my place. You may not want tattoos or have tattoos, and your parents might not like tattoos. So I don't want to advise that, but I have her on my chest, on my skin. I have her everywhere. You know what I mean? So the best I can tell you, bro, is that parents will be parents. And that's all I can say. They're going to always say, it's my house, es mi casa. Si no te gusta, lárgate. And again, I get it. But they're your mom and pops, you know what I mean? Like, and then, it just respect them and you'll see the change. You know what I mean? You'll see it. And here's the thing is, if they're leaning into your sister for dumb shit she did and you want to jump in, they're gonna take offense to it. Like, who are you to tell us how to parent? You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you have to know your place. I know it's hard because you love your sister and all this and all that, but she made a mistake maybe. So she needs to hear it from your mom and dad. And you can't intervene no matter how much it hurts you. Like, you defend her, I guess, if she starts to get hit by your father if she's pregnant. You defend her then you be a man. But until that happens, you have to know your place, brother. And again, even in defending her, you shouldn't strike your father. You know what I'm saying? I feel weird about it, bro, because I don't want to ever give bad advice, but I want to give you good advice. Again, all right. Sorry for dragging that shit out. Ay, Rocío Ortiz, disculpe, estaba acá, alguien me preguntó algo en inglés y acá estaba queriendo darle explicaciones. Um, I'm glad I came on. That was good. I'm sorry if I drug that shit out a lot. Oh no, es que alguien acá me está diciendo on YouTube. ¿Alguien entiende algo así? Por favor, hábleme en español, no hables en inglés porque yo no sé de inglés. Yeah, she walks with us wherever you're at. What fart? And again, you can have her tattooed in a wallet, in a statue form, or in your heart, and it's gonna be the same for you. Um, again, you know, you'll figure it out, bro. You're you'll figure it out. Thanks, bro. I appreciate you coming through and asking, and I don't want to be a dick. What's up, Lady Smalls? How are you? ¿Cómo estás? Um, so yeah, any other questions so I could play fucking like, Dr. Phil and shit? A ver, hay unas preguntas por acá. En español, también hablo español. Simplemente le estaba explicando, pues, porque el muchacho me preguntó en inglés. Um, can I? And here, I want to go back and address Lady S that was here earlier. I don't mean to be rude. Thank you so much, Lady Smalls. Again, this is one of my altars or one of my backdrops that I use. I was gonna say something. I don't ever try to be somebody that doesn't respect other people's um I guess beliefs. But when you say that, kids have all the right to this or that or that, and they shouldn't be talked to in certain ways, that is the main problem with why kids grow up to be assholes. And I'm not trying to speak against anybody. And if you're here, understand that I don't want to go against your belief system. But if you are 21 and don't have children yet, and you plan to have children someday, I hope that you set boundaries for those children because it's going to be easier for them long term. If you raise children without any boundaries or any form of discipline, they're going to have a harder time adjusting into society. This is not me speaking like a devoted Santa Muerte person. This is me speaking as a concerned father or a concerned adult when raising children. Kids need discipline sometimes. Sometimes we have to be the ones to discipline them. It's our job as parents to not raise unruly people. It's our job as parents to make sure they understand the dangers of breaking the law, breaking the rules, and all that shit. Right now, there's a bunch of kids running around that had no boundaries, that are breaking rules, and they're paying the price for it. And that is the job of the parents, not society, to adjust them. It starts at home, and it starts with love. The reason I discipline my kids is because I love them. If I didn't care, I wouldn't give two fucks what they do. But because I love my children, I will discipline them. And if it hurts their fucking feelings, trust me, it'll hurt mine too. But it must be done because that is our responsibility as caregivers, as parentals, as parents. And if you don't agree with me, I do apologize. But I'm not apologizing for the way I feel. I'm apologizing for the way you feel because I'm okay with it. The more you know. Anyways, I think that conversation took about an hour. Oh, mm, so I thought it was good. Um, yeah, she looks beautiful, Lady Smalls. ¿Cómo estás tú, Lady? Any other questions about like her in general, or right now? Is there any super fans here? Do I have any super fans? Lady Smalls, she's always beautiful, and I love her. And again, if you're still here, Wet Fart, I got her tatted on me everywhere. I got her tatted on me everywhere. This is her one of her prayers here. You know, I have her sigil, her side. You know, I'm all in. And again, look, all this comes with time, brother. You need to find your space and your spirituality, and you'll be good. I got her on my back, on my shoulder, on my arm, on my rib cage. I got her everywhere on me, and it's something that that I can really say that every tattoo I got her is a promise kept by her. Do you ever promise? Yeah. Well, every tattoo I have of her is because it's a promise I kept because she gave me what I wanted. I made a petition and I promised it. But you don't gotta promise a tattoo. You don't gotta promise. You could promise her roses, candles, but because she did big things for me, I promised her skin. I promised her blood. I promised her a piece of me because she can't have my soul because that belongs to God. All right. Don't ever promise her your soul because that soul's not yours to fucking, fucking deal away. You can't barter with your soul. The soul was never yours to begin with. So I know people think, oh, you can offer your soul, she'll take your soul. Your soul is nothing you can barter with. So you can offer a piece of your skin. You can offer a piece of your heart. You can offer her some flowers, some candles. Whatever your petition is, you can always offer her something. But always remember, you can have a communion with her, but your soul belongs to God. I'm sorry, JM 155. This is probably the time where you need to come closer to God and to her. Pray for your mom, pray for her soul, pray for her, you know what I mean? No, she understands you're hurting. So just take a moment. Take a moment. Hey, Mama Rachel. Thank you so much for my gifts. I'm sorry if I haven't been paying attention. I see I got some gifts. May those that gift be blessed now and forever. May Santa Muerte protect you and God guide you. Do I think a teenager can have an altar? I say if the parents consent, but under certain guidelines. Because we can have a crucifix and it's fine. We can have a Buddha and it's fine. We can have, so there's nothing different about this. Everything, even God, should be monitored by the parents so they don't get lost in it. So I think that's a yes, as long as the parents consent, and you know, it's a good thing. If they're into the darker side of Santa Muerte, I would say to hold back on it, because there's two sides to the coin. So if they're looking for her to do malicious things, then maybe not. But if it's more of a spiritual thing where they're gravitating towards her good side, then I say that's not a problem. But again, there's many people that go into other religious beliefs and they become extremists. So you got to always watch it no matter what. Good, K, the cat, K the cat. All right, cool. Hi, Marissa. How are you? Good, Lady Small. That's beautiful, and that's the way you should be as a mother. You should be. You should know. You know what I mean? Oh, I got bracelets. Let me see. Look, what people won't tell you is that God embodies all energies. God embodies good, bad, dark, light. Everything created comes from God. God embodies both the light and the dark. People always tell me, oh, God is all love. God is all love, but he's a father. He will correct. And again, why did Noah build the ark? Why did Job lose everything? Why did people turn to sand and dust because they were full of sin? God will punish those. So there's a darkness to him. He smoted, in the Bible, a lot of their enemies, the Israelites' enemies, he smoted them down and he, thunder upon them. So is God capable of atrocious things? I guess biblically he is. I want cake. Fuck. I'm gonna say something stupid. I'm gonna say something so stupid right now. Ready? I was posting my videos right now for tomorrow, and I was watching Is It Cake on fucking Netflix. I want a cake so bad. I was like, I want a fucking cake. That shit looked delicious. And I want a cake. So, and now you bring up fucking cake. Yeah, you can offer a cake. Yo, I want cake so bad right now. I went through my kitchen and I was like, I got no fucking cake. Like, I got no fucking cake. Oh my God. So I want cake. I want cake. But I gotta make it, I guess, or some shit. But it was funny because I'm a diabetic, right? So I'm not supposed to have it, but oh my God, I have a sweet tooth. And I'll take my insulin and I'll fucking get a piece of cake. But sooner or later, I'm gonna catch me a cake slipping and I'm gonna fuck it up. Like, I'm gonna catch a piece of cake slipping and I'm gonna take that shit. You know what I mean? By force. Oh my God. That was fucking stupid. But yeah, like that. Oh my God. I'm gonna American me that bitch. You know what I mean? Don't look at me, little puppet. I'm just gonna fuck that shit up. But yeah. Um, I'm a fool. And that's the thing is laughter is good. Laughter is great. Laughter is fantastic. Laughter heals. So that's why I am a fucking fool at the end of the day. Life is too short to be so uptight and so fucking into fucking stern, being stern and I'm taking myself so serious that my ass is so tight that when I fucking fart, it squeaks. You got a cake for an offering? Yeah, give her cake. Give her cake. She likes fun. She likes, yeah, I know I'm too much. Should I tone it down, y'all? Do I go too far? Should I be more serious? Honestly, what do you guys think? Should I be more like, or what? I mean, am I too much? All right. I like Bon. Oh my God. Now I want cake or something. A fucking donut, a Twinkie. I don't know. A torta. uh, can I share a story with you guys that is very much off the subject of anything spiritual? Yeah, bro. Of course you can. Of course you can. Of course you can. You can leave an offering outside. You can send it to my fucking house, bro, and we'll put it right here. We'll put it right here. Whatever. Are you in California or are you out of state? I don't know where you're at, but when people don't have an altar and they want to send it here, they can send it here and I'll put it on the altar. Oh, you're in Texas. You can send shit from Texas, bro, and I'll put it here. I'm serious. But if you want to offer, let's say, a piece of bread, get that piece of bread and put it somewhere in nature. She'll take it, or the animals will take it, the bugs will take it, but you can give her an offering. Dedicate a spot where if it's a fucking rock on top of a hill and that's your spot to go be with her, leave it there. Bro, how will she know? Because she'll know, brother. Apples, grapes, chocolate, pan dulce, canela, coffee. No, but you designate a spot and you tell her, or it could be even in your room, bro. Just get a candle or a flower. It does not have to be her image. Get a vase, a clear vase, and in your mind, you know that vase and those flowers are for her, and that can be her altar. Okay? And you can put candies there. You can put fucking flowers. You can put water, whatever you want. But get that vase and you dedicate that vase to her. And you buy her a flower here and there, or you pick it from outside and you put it there. And that can be it. That can be your altar without being offensive to your mother. Oh shit, I'm sorry. Gracias, David, pero estoy bien. Muchas gracias. Te agradezco que te preocupes, pero yo estoy bien en mi práctica, pero te lo agradezco. Dios te bendiga. Yeah, do it tomorrow, bro. And again, if you want to have something in your room, look, Marcy, no coke, all right? No, nothing illicit. We don't want to get the young man in trouble, all right? That shit, en perico, perico, pero no chingues. No chingues. Look, yeah, man, he's 18. You want to put fucking coke. No mames, Marcy. Coca-Cola. All right, cool. I know she does, Bonnie, but, fuck. You could read that however you want to read it. Like, you know what I mean? I know she meant Coca-Cola, but come on, man. My 18-year-old friend could be like, Coke, all right. Like, you know what I mean? He'll be with the dope man tomorrow, and he gets busted. Then what? Like, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. We don't want wet fart to get busted. Let me know, Carmen. I want to see. She likes Coca-Cola. She does. Here's the thing. She likes water. You're a young man, but this is not for you. But I put tequila, mezcal, liquor on her thing. I put cigars, cigarettes. She likes that too. She likes kids' toys. I put kid toys on my altar here and there. Flowers, candles, obviously, cinnamon, things that are sweet, honey, shit, anything. Oh my god. Hold on, give me one more second because I gotta get up. I gotta get up and turn on the lights and shit so I could go through this shit. Yeah, toys. Yeah. Here's the thing, and another thing I'm gonna tell you guys. In my altars, I have candy, crystals, not crystal. I need you to. I think you said. Look, you said. Did you say Coke and then crystal? Crystal, because you might have a problem. Like, you might have a problem. Oh no, that wasn't you. That wasn't you. My bad. You might have a problem though. Queen B, I'll get a hold of you tomorrow, or I'll text you when I'm off. Right, Coke, crystals, like, damn, you might need to go to rehab, but it wasn't you that said Coke. My bad. On my altars, I have chocolates, candies. I have crystal rocks. I have all these things that are sweet. And my nephew comes over every once in a while. And my mom, no, que no agarre nada. I go, déjelo, ma. So if you put candy, chocolate on the altars, it's okay for kids to grab it. It's okay for them to grab it, and it's okay for them to eat it. It's okay because she likes sharing with children. Because the first few times the mama, no, que no, like, she thinks it's something disrespectful. but because it's for my nephew is 17 and he's autistic. He doesn't speak. He's not verbal. He's very high on the spectrum. And I tell my mom, let him, déjelo ma, déjelo que agarre lo que quiera. Like, I don't mind it. But what happens is he gets too much of it, and then he gets diarrhea. So we try to watch him after the first fucking, like, 10 pieces of candy. So I'm gonna tell you guys, nothing warms your heart better than having children around. Nothing warms your heart better than that happening. So if you have anything like that, candies, bread, chocolates, and a kid gets it, don't reprimand them, let them get it. Shh, put it on there, bro. She might like it. I put plates of menudo on her altar before, mole, shit like that, and I don't throw it away. I eat it later or I give it to nature, but I never throw it away. Some people throw it away. I don't. I share it with them, and then I'll either eat it the next day or I put it out in nature. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't think she believes in waste. So any fruit that I put on her altar, once it starts to turn, I put it outside so the birds and the insects can have it. I don't believe in waste, and neither does she, I think. So I don't throw shit in the garbage. I don't flush shit. I put it out in nature, let nature have it, and let the earth consume it again. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do with certain offerings that I put. And I've had menudo and I put it on her thing, and the following day I fuck it up because shit. But some of the steps, some go missing. And here's another thing about certain things about when people come and they touch my altar. If they're children, I don't care. Sometimes adults are really too grabby, and that's, you got to respect other people's shit. You know what I mean? But with permission, yeah, I let people kiss the statues. I let people push it on the altar. I let people, look at this because I understand. Buenas noches, Bibi. Oh yeah, Dia de los Muertos right here. We do it again. We do it. I do it every year. Yeah, coffee. She likes coffee. I want cake and coffee now. What the fuck? Oh, all right. Let me get back on track here. It busted. Did you see it through? I want to get her a mariachi. I haven't had the money for it yet, but I want to. I want coffee now, bro. You said coffee. Now I want coffee and a piece of fucking cake. Ugh. I don't got milk either right now. I'm fucking up because I'm thinking I'll go get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with milk and that'll satisfy the sweet shit. It won't. Damn it. All right. Y'all remind me tomorrow to get milk and fucking a Twinkie or some shit so I can get this shit out of my system. Or a donut. Nah, coffee. I don't drink coffee because, like an old man, it gives me heartburn at night. I'm fucking old now. I can't even enjoy coffee. I gotta drink it really early. If not, I'm fucked. Bro, I put a peach on her altar one day. And I swear this shit was consumed so fast. I still have it. It became a rock. It became like not even a prune. It became a stone in a matter of days. And I keep it there because I don't know. I just kept it there. You can use the pits of prunes and peaches for certain things on the magical sense. So if you have peaches and prunes, when you eat them, put the pits on the altar. Oh man, for cake, I wish you were here too. Cause she likes sweet. She likes sweet. Yeah. There's other ways. There's The only reason I don't use honey anymore that much is because I live in Riverside County, and there's a lot of nature. And if I put honey out, I'll start getting ants. You know what I'm saying? On the altar. So I stopped using honey for that reason. On the altar. Well, she'll come back, wet fart. Well, Bonnie, where are you at? And what kind of cake you gonna bring? Oh my god, donuts. Now I want cake, donuts, coffee, and milk. Ain't that about a bitch? I'm a fat boy at heart, for real. I am a fat boy. I'm a fat boy deep, deep in my heart. Red velvet cake, just fancy fucking chocolate cake, so I'll take it. Pastel de tres leches. Where you at, Kentucky? How far will that be for cake? Hey, bro, thank you. Come back anytime, brother. And again, I'm sorry for being a jerk. That's all I could say. I'm sorry, but thank you so much for trusting me enough, brother. So gracias. Be blessed, brother. You got tres leches right now? We should schedule a cake drop off. Do you make it or do you buy it, Lady Smalls? Do you make it or do you buy it? It doesn't matter. Cake is fucking cake, but oh, that's just gotta be good then. That's gotta be good. When are you gonna make it? Look, I'm a fat boy, right? Just so y'all know, I used to be about 400 pounds at some point. When I was young, I worked out a lot. I was all muscle. Really? You're gonna make it tomorrow? Text me. Text me. And I used to work out a lot, and I stopped working out, and I got really big. I got up to 460 pounds at some point. I used to love to eat, but I worked out. I'm not big on choco flan, but I love flan. Flan is my favorite dessert. Flan is my favorite dessert, but I don't like choco flan. I like the flan by itself. Like, I don't like the choco flan because I think I like flan so much that when you fucking put it on cake, it dries out the fucking flan. So you get a half-breed tres leche fucking dry ass flan. And fuck that. I want all that gooey shit on top of my flan. You know what I mean? So flan is actually my favorite dessert. Hands down. That is my favorite dessert in this fucking world. So flan, I love it. So fucking now I'm flying. Motherfuckers. Like, what the fuck? Let me check my sugars. They're probably low and I want something sweet. Oh my god. Yeah. Look, right now I could eat cake because my sugars are good. I could eat flan because my sugars are good. And there's no flan or cake in sight. Ain't that about a bitch? Like, I like arroz con leche. Love arroz con leche. Anyways, I think this has become a fucking talk about fucking desserts, and it's killing me right now. So, Lady Smalls, if you make cake, you let a motherfucker know. I'll meet you halfway. I'll go to your pad. I don't give a fuck at this point. Like, I need cake. Oh, you're not that far. Have you been to that Temecula? Have you been to that Cuban joint? There's a good Cuban spot I like going to there, and there's a good Italian place I like going to there. Felipe's, oh my god, that's just bomb. And Cafe Mexico in Temecula is fucking bomb too. Shit. Felipe's is fucking bomb. The Cuban Hut is bomb. And the Mexico Cafe in fucking Temecula, in the most fucking whitest neighborhood I've ever seen, probably. They have the best fucking mole I've ever had. It's the best fucking mole I've had. It was better than my grandmother's mole. It was better than any mole I've ever had. It was better than Doña Maria's mole. It was fucking bomb. All right, Bonnie. So Kentucky, I can expect a red velvet cake from you when? I'm a fucking, right now I'm being a cake whore. But yeah, I'll be like, I want cake. What do I gotta do for it? like fuck. Good night, Reno. Good night, Reno, Nevada. Much love. I should probably, if you guys gonna get off, I'll get off right now too. If I swear, I'll do some shit for cake right now. You don't know what I'll do for cake at this moment. Um, why do you guys like watching my shit for real? I swear, if I would have logged off already. I think if I was looking at myself. Te gusta, Bibi. No te hagas pendeja. Te gusta el desmadre. Nah, DoorDash is expensive, yo. I don't want to make y'all fucking like I. You know what's funny is I don't DoorDash. I don't do any of that shit because I feel it's way too much money. I would just take my ass to pick it up. Like I feel like, and I wouldn't make you guys spend. You guys have sent food to me. I don't complain at that point, but you know I don't want to be a jerk for a piece of cake or some shit. No, I haven't. I want to go every day. Every Dia de los Muertos, there's actually something in Riverside now, but I don't go because I celebrate her here. One day I want to have money to have a mariachi here and everything, and maybe have people come, like that are close by. So that's the plan. Yeah, that's fine. If you make some for me, yeah, of course, for sure. Again, yeah, I'm not gonna be like, nah, it's for me. Like, no, fuck, I get it. But I want to go to um Ciudad Mexico, Tepito, and there's a place in Michoacan that I want to go to. That is a place of veneration for Santa Muerte. And so there's two places in Mexico I want to actually visit that are, I want to say, really good. Hey, Bonnie, if you got, I'm a broke fool, so I mean, if you got me, shit is broke. Like, but yeah, I want to go there one day. Um, there's a few spots I want to visit for her or to see her. Um, yeah, I've seen it before. It's nice. It doesn't really woo me. Well, we can be broke together, all of us here at this fucking on this live. We can just be all broke motherfuckers eating cake. We'll be fucking some broke ass fucking happy motherfuckers with cake. Yeah, like I want to do that, but I'm gonna say something, and it's not to be mean. I've been to a lot of Santa Muerte churches, and I want to see an actual church that is a church with pews and an altar and that kind of shit. Hey, Fireman Joe, I got you. There's some blockages on you, brother. I don't know why. I'm gonna work on them. I'll text you right now in a little bit, brother. All right, but there's a something on you, so I might need some information, and we'll hook you up. Um, yeah. So I do want to make those pilgrimages to those places, those two places. There's a place in Michoacan and a place in Mexico City that I want to sort of visit. But I want to build a church for her one day that's actual, brick and mortar church, like a church with roses and a garden and that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's my dream. It's raining right now. Oh, I like the rain. I like the rain. Oh, I love the rain. Yeah, I want to do it like that. Um, I sometimes go for a drive when it's raining, but right now I got no gas. Just to hear the pitter patter. What I like about out here is that when it rains pretty hard, so you get to feel it. When it rains fucking hard, you feel it a little bit better. Like it bounces off the fucking pavement. It makes that nice sound. You hear it hit the fucking back. You know. Oh my gosh. Cool. I got all that rain coming with no coffee and no cake. Ain't that about a bitch? That's the best time to have coffee and cake, god damn it. Like, uh, I'm gonna say something. And no gas. I'm gonna say something. Can I speak something totally off the record, just personal shit? Like this got nothing to do with anything. Nothing to do with anything spiritual. Nothing at all. Nothing to do with anything. Can I speak on it so I could sort of get it off my chest? This weekend, this is this is this is nothing to do with anything spiritual. This weekend, I was at the pumpkin patch with my son, and somebody approached me. Someone of the opposite sex, right? And number, phone number was exchanged, whatever, blah blah, really quick while the kids were on the fucking slide. No big deal. So I texted today and everything, and this person straight up told me, like, and this is why I don't fucking date. I don't date because of this. I think that if I ever wanted to, then I would have to cough up money for that because nowadays there's bills to pay and blah 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 and all this shit. I'm like, what the fuck? And I was like, like I ain't fucking with you. Like I ain't gonna pay for that. Like, good luck with your fucking shit. And I was like, is that the dating pool now? Is that what there is? I was like, am I that to the curve that I need to pay for this shit? Like, what the fuck? I was like, man. I was like, Chale, I'll never pay for that shit. I was like, nope, I'm good. Thank you, though. I was speechless when I got that text. And I was like, damn. I was like, am I that fucking hideous? Where, well, I could fucking get that, but you're gonna have to fucking pay. I was like, fuck no, I'm good. Thank you. Goodbye. Good luck. Bye. And right now I got a text message my number. I don't even want to read it. I don't want to read it. But am I fucking wrong for thinking what the fuck? Right or wrong? I was like, wow. I say this often, and it's meant not as a joke, but maybe as reality now. I rather handle it myself and just roll a rope and go to sleep. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's less of a hassle. Like, I don't gotta pay for that. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with people today? And I was like, like, what the fuck? Bro, I was like, what? Like, no, I'm never gonna pay for that shit. I don't think I'm that to the curb, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, oh, if you want to have casual, that sex, you know, you, I need something in return. I was like, what? Like, it was straight up. I was beside myself. I was like flabbergasted and whatnot. And I was like, whatever. Like, this is not even something like I would even not ever like again. I'd rather fucking handle the business myself and just fucking just roll over and knock out. No stress, no nothing. But that's not a clear picture of what's out there, right? Is it? Or is it just because I was like, what the fuck? I haven't pulled a number in a long time. I haven't even tried. I wasn't even trying. And then I thought, well, she must think or be into me or some shit because it was pretty much like that. And then I get that shit. I'm like what the fuck? No. So, anyways, that just bothered me today. I was like, nah, what the fuck? This is just stupid. So I'm not wrong for being like fucking thrown off by that, right? Right? Or am I wrong? Or is y'all gonna say a girl's gotta make money? All right, cool. I just felt weird about it. Like I had to talk to someone about it because I can't talk to my son about that. like like, hey son, guess what happened? So it threw me off. Anyways, let's go back to cake and chocolate and coffee. Um, no, that just threw me off. It was insanely like it was just insane. Again, at this moment, if that door would have someone knocking at it, I'd rather be a piece of cake than that chick at this point. All right. Let me see what I got in this box. Because I know I have bracelets. I got a bunch of rosaries. So let me show you. That's not even gold digging. That's prostitution. That's straight up prostitution. Let me look for some bracelets. Let's go watch the cake show together. I'm gonna brand on the wrong box. Look, that's pretty. This is a mal ojo one. This is the one with mal ojo. I gotta go upstairs maybe. So let me look for them again. Let me look for them. What color bracelet do you want? I got one right here, but it's not. It's got like a little Santa Muerte and but I got more upstairs. I brought the wrong box down. I used to have a kind of shit. I used to sell it all. Here's a rosary that's golden. Here's a bracelet. This one's a bracelet. I don't know how big your wrist is, but this is one that has like 3 little Santa Muertes on it. So I gotta, you know what? Tomorrow I'll look for it. Send me a message with your number, and I'll send you the pictures that I have. Everything that I sell, I cleanse and I purify and all this shit, and then I send it out, so it doesn't go right away. But again, I sell a lot of stuff I sold. I stopped selling it on TikTok because I lost a lot of money through them because it was selling shit like half price. Or send me you know what? Just send me a text because I get a lot of text messages. I'm so sorry. Red, okay. Awesome. All right. So anything, look, this one, they don't even make no more. I haven't seen it in a long time. It's a very girly one. I don't know if there's any girly girls out there. This is one that I saw a lot of because it was very much a no, this I made. This I made with my own hands. This was a bunch of stuff that had broken on me on the past, like old rosarios, bracelets, all kinds of stuff. And I put some together. This one is made out of wire. I made it out of wire. I think because I'm always being constantly working on shit, I can't have shit that's gonna just break on me. So I want my faith to be strong. So I want my rosary to be strong. This one I made with fucking wire, believe it or not. Under this, it's wire. So this shit won't break. But I could make one, and it's gotta. I could even take, like, rip these motherfuckers up and put it on wire probably, and just sell them fortified. But yeah, I should do that actually. I should make the fucking wire ones, like for motherfuckers about real faith, strong faith. You need a strong rosary, like bah, fuck yeah, that'll work. But yeah, this one is made out of metal. So this one, um, I don't know if you guys know about circulation and shit like that. So this one has magnets around, so it helps you relax as well. Yeah, I made this one by hand. Like this was a bunch of rosaries and bracelets that had broken in me in years, and it has stones, I guess lava rock and magnets on it. I like this one because it helps with circulation because you put magnet on. So this has spiritual sense to it, and also like let's say healing factors to it. Since I struggle with sometimes headaches and stuff like that, when I put this on, believe it or not, it helps me with my headaches and shit because the magnets help to release the stress or it draws out circulation. I don't know what the fuck it does, but it works. So I should, if I make these, I gotta find the stuff to make this because these are a bunch of old things, and I had magnet bracelets, I had like no lava rock bracelets, so it's just something that I smashed together because I was like, I need something that's gonna withstand the pressures of this fucking spiritual life. You know what I'm saying? Since I do work with a lot of energies, my shit was always breaking. I used to have a ring that was made out of I forgot what it was. It just snapped one day just because fuck it, why not? It just broke. I wasn't doing shit. It just broke. And so anything that I wear, it has to be resistant to negative energy at this point. And so I decided to make this one out of wire. So I bought wire that was meant to hang like 200-pound fucking whatever the fuck, like art pieces. So this shit's fucking fortified. I think this wire that I got it for, I think was about, it could withstand 150 or 200 pounds on the wall. So oh yeah, obsidian. So it's strong. It's not gonna rip on me. I did it. I did it twice already because the first time I think I did it wrong where I exposed this. I left it exposed and I think got a little bit weird. So I redid it because I wanted to do it the right way. Yeah. So when I decided to make this, I knew I didn't want to use any kind of like twine or anything. This is wire that is meant to hold up a lot of weight on the wall. So if it breaks, something really wanted to break it. You know what I mean? Because I don't think it'll break. But yeah, tomorrow, whoever want, look, I got rosaries here still. I might have to go restock somewhere. I'm gonna get back into selling stuff because I gotta make money. So I got rosaries still. I'm gonna go check upstairs for the bracelets. I thought this was my bracelet box. I don't know what happened to it. Sometimes I think things go missing here because fuck it, why not? But I'll check if I got more bracelets, and if not, I got that gold one and that other one. You got a manly one? Yeah, I used to have manly ones. One time I was wearing this one badass Rosario on a live, and it was my last one. And it was such a cool fucking Rosario. It was manly as fuck. And I didn't want to sell it. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna sell it. This is my last one. This is my. And they're like, and they offered me like a lot of money for it, so I fucking sold it. But they offered me a ridiculous amount for it. I might have paid, whatever for like, some money for it, but they paid me something that was ridiculous. Like they gave me like $300 for it because they wanted it that bad. I mean, it was super cool looking because it was really man looking. It was really manly. So thank you so much, Fireman Joe. Again, I'll start to sell stuff. I'll post it on TikTok, not on TikTok Shop, but on my own TikTok things or on YouTube, or I'll see what I do. It's just that I was selling it on TikTok, and TikTok always puts shit on sale without your consent. They sold some stuff for me for a penny, where all I got paid was a penny from TikTok. So I was losing money, and I was like, I'm not gonna do it no more. All right. Well, I could sell it to you. Tell me what you want, something manly though? Like what color were you thinking? Because I got some stuff that is, yeah, they fucking be scandalous. Like then right now, like during this time, they put a lot of shit on, like a lot of flash sales for certain like spooky shit. Black and red, I got black and red. I just saw a black and red one. It's simple. It's not flashy. It's not anything. It's just a simple rosary. So this is not, it's black and red. There's nothing girly about this. It's just, black beads. And then, it has a Santa Muerte on the end of it. So this is nothing like, let's say, feminine. So if you like black and red, yeah, this is cool. You know what I mean? So if you want this one, I think this might be the last one. Like, let me know. I gotta see. And again, it's black and red. When someone buys it for me, I then take about 3 to 5 days to cleanse it and bless it. I don't just send shit out. Like I know people be like, I want it tomorrow. Like I take my time because that's how I do it. Like if you want it like that without any blessings and shit, then you could just I'll sell it tomorrow. But like if you want it to be like, cleansed and purified and let's say with oils and shit, like then it takes me a few days because I put on the altar and let it sort of marinate and then I send it out. Yeah, like I just don't sell it. Like that's the whole point is I don't want to just sell shit. And that's another thing. When I sold something on TikTok Shop, they would find me because like if you sell it, you have to send it out within a few days. And I don't send it out in a few days. Not because I'm being a dick, because I have a process of delivering shit or sending shit once I feel it's ready to go. So they were like mad at me because I didn't send it out like in 2 days, but I leave it on my altar for minimum 3 days when I sell it. You know what I mean? So I don't want to like it was a mess with fucking TikTok. Again, everything I sell has a certain level of things like I get your information, like I try to make it personal for you and I cleanse it for you. Not for like right now they're in the box just sitting there because they don't have no owner. So they haven't been activated. Once we activate it, then then I let it sit there and I let it just be like, absorbing the energy, if that makes sense. They fucking suck. Did you run into the same experiences with them? Like they simply they don't care about the process if it's spiritual. And they sold shit at a discount. I sold a statue one time and I sent it out because it was a principle. But I got a penny for it. 1 cent, because they got all this shit. And it's not like they swallow the fucking, not like they swallow the loss. You swallowed it. They still get paid their money. And I was like, what the fuck? So I took all my shit off TikTok Shop. And I just decided to not. So I got a TikTok Shop now, but it's shit that I don't sell. It's just shit that I endorse. But fuck that. Anyways, shit, I just got flagged, made for talking shit. I gotta get off or else I get banned. Sorry, guys.